moving on to reports and presentations. Krista.
I'd like to start with the budget status at this time. So budget status for August. You'll notice it appears to be a few more bills this month. Those are, we're in the process of running accruals. So August won't be finalized until the end of October, when all of their invoices coming in, the rest of the revenue for the year. So once we're finished receiving those and making the final payments, we will be able to close the year and provide final numbers to end August 2022. So as it stands right now, our budget for 21-22 for August is currently 94% spent. So we've got some wiggle room to finish the rest of the accruals. And the enrollment report. So first back, running start, they're just preliminary numbers, those because they start a little bit later. We don't have firm numbers for those in September. But the rest of the report, first of all, we budgeted for 1,877 students. We're actually at 1,887, so we're 10 higher than budgeted. We know we typically drop a little bit throughout the year. So when we end the year, our average should be really close to what we budgeted. So we're right on track with that. And as you can see, we have a bubble in first grade from all those kinders that came last year. And we've gotten a few extra kids in kinder and first. So we are adding kinder and first grade staff members. We've actually got 4 positions posted and some subs coming in to fill those in the interim. We'll be adding those just to meet general class size requirements, but also the K-3 compliance requirements. So that is where we are at with.
I have a question. So one, I see that we have 8 K-6 bilingual and 11 7-12 bilingual, which I think that's fantastic. Do we have supports? Do we have any ESOL teaching English as a second language supports, or has that been looked at? Or maybe this is a Sally question.
So and we have increased the time that under the bilingual grant that we write every year, we have to specify what services that we're providing those. So we've ramped up the number of hours to account for that increase. Beyond that, I'm not quite sure the specifics of the services that are provided. I know that typically falls under special services, right? So I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, and then under running start, it says running start 49 and running start only 22. So is 49 all-inclusive number, or is it 49 plus 22 gives us our total number?
That would be the total. So running start only would be the kids that do not take any classes here in the school. They are running start only. The running start figure would be a mixture of classes. So we have 49 students who would take some classes at the college and some classes here at the high school.
Great.
And 31 is the skill center.
And 31 is the skill center. Good.
That's fantastic.
Very good.
Which is way over our allotment. So I'm very grateful to.
I don't know what our allotment is anymore. Used to be 3.
Used to be 3. I don't know what it is
One
now,
time
but
I
I'm
think
grateful
it was
that they give us
10 or 12. But I know she lets us fill in the empty spots.
It's been going up.
I'm just going to clarify, there's no overlap there. These are individual students.
Yeah.
So we have 49 plus 22 plus 30.
Yep.
Very good. Anything else?
No, I think at this point, what we're doing is just assessing where our enrollment is, where we think it's going to average out at, and recalculate our budget for the upcoming year to make sure that we're right where we need to be in as far as staffing and spending budget, spending supplies and such. So just looking forward into the next year and closing out the last year.
Thank you so much. All right, the next is Sally to report on basic ed compliance.
Good evening. So in the packet you should have the basic ed compliance, minimum basic education requirement collection report, and this is something that's done yearly.
Can you speak up a little bit in that, whatever's going on back there?
Sure. And people on
Yeah, online.
the YouTube probably won't be able to hear you. Maybe, Sally, could you come over here closer to the microphone? And then people.
Is that turned up loud? Ashley, can you hear?
I'll try that again.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, that's great. Good. So I'm here to talk about the minimum basic education requirement report. That should be in your packet, and just a little overview. The Washington State Board of Education is the governing agency that leads the development of K-12 state policy and provides system oversight, advocates for student success. And the State Board of Education collects compliance information annually. And so each district is to report every year, and then also submit the board agenda showing that that was reviewed by your school board. And so the prompts listed in the report is the information that they collect, which includes instructional time, date, are we meeting the days, a school day requirement. There's some science and history and social studies requirements, as well as jumping into graduation pathways, advanced placement. What are some of the mandatory offerings, such as since time immemorial, curriculum is a Native American curriculum is one of the things we will be adding in. We have a no on that, but most things are a yes for Eatonville. So we are meeting our basic ed compliance in many of our areas. Any questions on this? I did talk pretty quickly.
Anybody have any questions?
I think I'm going to ask a question that I know the answer to, but I think everyone else will be interested to know. How does the recent strike impact our requirement for 180 days for our students? How are we going to address that?
So we will be addressing the impact. So we were down 7 school days, and those got added into the calendar. 3 we added into where we had some days off within the current calendar, and then there are 4 other days we'll be adding in. So a calendar will be put for the school board for a vote tonight, recommending that going forward. So a committee was established. It gave some input about options. The calendar is set also around graduation. We have some requirements for seniors and graduation and timelines that we have to meet as well, to kind of box this in a little bit on the options we could offer. So we feel like we have a good calendar recommendation for the board going forward.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. We'll move from there on to hearings of individuals and groups. And as has become our norm, I'm going to read our board statement on our roles and responsibilities. We are here to provide each student with the best education possible to ensure a successful future. Our purpose is to support students, staff, and parents with the tools and programs they need to do this. We strive to be sure school is a safe place where kindness and respect are exhibited and taught, where students and staff feel safe. We're not here for a cause, but to unite rather than divide. We work together. We don't have an agenda aside from our mission, vision, and values. We will respectfully hear your comments and do our part to provide each student what they need to achieve their goals in school and beyond. And so at that point, we have 3 people who've signed up to talk. And the first one is the TJ.
Yes.
TJ
Potter.
Okay, would you stand up here so we can, so they can hear you on.
Real quick for clarification, TJ, are you discussing the agenda item or are you just talking for something else? Because I have you on the agenda to speak under new business for your request.
Yes, that's what I would be.
Okay,
Oh.
so he's actually
Oh,
going to be
okay.
under new business.
I'm sorry, we'll wait for your.
Thank you, TJ, I just wanted to make sure.
But thank you
before
for
we
signing
started.
up. We appreciate it. All right, then we'll hear from Rick.
All right, good evening, guys.
Hello.
I'm Rick Krotzer. I usually introduce myself. Concerned citizen, I like to jokingly refer to myself as a pitchfork operator. But thankfully, I haven't needed pitchfork much. You guys are awesome, and haven't needed to get that out. Thankfully, don't want to. And round of applause for that. I still can't even believe, especially this past month. I know it's been probably really hard. Hopefully, people weren't too hard on you guys. I can imagine that the whole teacher strike thing is a lot of stress, and I know people probably took it out on. So I'm mostly here just to show you guys love and support. I don't want you guys to feel defeated and want to quit and run away and hide. The community does appreciate what you guys do, at least most of us. I think you guys know that. You guys are strong people. You wouldn't have signed up for this if you weren't. And thank you guys. But I hope you guys, feel like you could reach out to different people in the community, me, anyone, and get that support if you're not doing it. I know I haven't got to talk to you guys as much as I like to. I like to bug you guys whenever I can, phone call, whatever. So I'm here if you guys ever need it. And everybody's to-do list is like a mile long. I know mine is. It's ridiculous. And that's probably why we haven't improved any communication. And I'm not here to get after you guys today. Like I said, I just want you guys to feel the love today. But it would have helped so much, I think, if anyone was coming at you guys, just in anger or whatever, that everybody actually knew what the budget was like. I think it would have helped so much. And one of these days, I hope we can find a way to improve that communication and the way that the public and even the teachers and the principals and stuff, I feel like they obviously weren't here for budget meeting. I mean, it was so cut and dried to me, but I kept hearing things that were not reality from what I saw at the meeting anyway. So we got to fix that somehow. And I'd love to help if I can with ideas, whatever. What else I got here? So, I would say I don't know what the raise ended up being for the teachers, but please hold them accountable to earn this new money that they're going to be getting. Test scores. I don't know what you guys are doing for that, but share it with the public. Help everyone to feel like the extra money these guys are getting is worth it. Show us some good results. It'll be really good for everyone to see that if we're actually getting good results. And part of the good results I think would be maybe helping remind them to keep the stuff that we don't want in front of our kids, for themselves. I think that would help a lot. People wouldn't be upset, to not politicize or sexualize or just divide our kids and our families anymore. They got to stop, especially, they're getting more money now. Just do what we say, please. But, that kind of stuff just is dividing our community. And I know I even see Better Together written. I think it's the district motto, or I don't know. It's written out there on the wall. And we got to stop dividing everybody. We just got to make Eatonville great again. Thanks, guys.
Kim?
So, Tim Melina, I prepared notes, but there was so much stuff that I knew there's no way I could do it off the cuff. So I just wanted to throw my opinions out there about the strike. The strike was solely about the greed of the teacher union and its members.
Can you speak up a little?
Yes,
bit,
yes. This strike was solely about the greed of the teachers union and its members. The first public demand was at 9.4%. Rumor has it the first demands were 2% or more above that. Anyone who says a strike wasn't about pay increases is either ill-informed or, like a few people in the community, intentionally trying to mislead the public. All the other issues were ancillary, 48 hours for a notice of complaint, all little stuff. I want to thank you, Superintendent Gary Neal, for standing up to this union. Please wear their no confidence vote like a badge of honor. Thank you to the school district for standing behind our superintendent. I have no doubt your public support of Superintendent Neal is what forced the union to get a little more reasonable in the demands. Still appears the district caved somewhere 6, 7, or we find out tonight. Not sure when the public gets that information. Curious if the union made the school district agree to hiding the details once they got to an agreement. Everything was readily available daily when it was being negotiated from both sides. And as soon as a settlement was reached, just radio silence. So I don't know if the teachers forced the district to not tell the public what it was, or if we're going to find out today, or but everybody's been pinned on pins and needles. Pay raises that were demanded by a bunch of districts after the massive budget increase as a result of the McCleary decision windfall resulted in less teachers. The money was taken by the districts with numerous strikes back with 16, 17, I can't remember, 17, 18, versus it being used to hire more teachers. Budgets have to be sustainable. Huge pay raises result in fewer teachers. It's basic math, not Common Core, just basic math. Speaking of class sizes, Eatonville has a very unrealistic class size goal. Our class size goals for K through 3 is 17 students. Maybe, I don't know if it's staying the same, I don't know if it's going up with this new contract. Hopefully we'll find out soon. Either way, it's an unreasonably low number. There's no reason that our class size goals should be 25 or thereabouts. The last contract allowed each teacher to pocket $6 a day for each kid over that goal. This go around, at least what was publicly available, they were asking for $13 a kid. So literally a teacher that's got a 25 K through 3 going to make an extra $104 a day, $18,700 extra dollars, because somehow the districts decided that got these super low class size goals. We need to adjust these class size goals significantly upwards in the next battle with this union. Hopefully it's 2 or 3 years down the road. We had a few very vocal members of this community bashing the school board and Superintendent Neal. Know that there are only a few members of the community. Every conversation, vast majority of the community was against the strike. Conversations in gas stations, bars, restaurants, etc., were clearly in the district's favor. Most people are afraid to publicly state their opinion when a union violates the law, strikes, and makes insane financial demands. The implicit price deflator, which I had to look up, but the basic pay raise that the state just randomly decided to give the teachers of 5.5%. It's already a crazy high number. Didn't work in the budget just by itself. The fact that the teachers pushed for so much more shows how out of touch their union is. One teacher in our district made $139,167 in 2021, $105,917 in 2020. Another one, $13,993 in 2021, $105,167 in 2020. These are publicly available numbers. Another one at $107,401 in 2021. Another one at $106,455 in 2021. Another one at $106,975. There's a ton of teachers making over $100,000. You can go to govsalaries.com, look up all this data for yourself. People want to pretend like they're not paid. Factor in pension and benefits. These teachers are either highly compensated or grossly overpaid already before this new pay raise. We're going to be short, what, $900,000 these pay raises. A lot of the public had no idea that the state was only funding $300,000 of this 5.5. State says, hey, 5.5%. Our system is completely broken. The teachers union spends their dues electing radical legislators. Those radical legislators then kick the money back to the teachers, just a legal quid pro quo. I am very curious how big the budget cut for next year is going to have to be to factor in this money grab. I think that we should know, what we're going to have to do to our budget next year. In closing, I know it's been a rough few months. You've been insulted by some very nasty and ignorant people in our community. You, the only volunteers in the whole mix, other than the citizens that show up. You take your time, energy, and resources to give back to this community. Thank you for fighting for a sustainable budget that won't break the district. Puyallup demanded insane raises after the McCleary. Their superintendent told them they were unsustainable, the budget wouldn't work. They just fired the superintendent a couple years later when the budget inevitably failed. You chose to take the smarter path of sustainability. For that, we the citizens and parents of Eatonville, thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, the last one of public comment. Thank you all for your comments. we will move on to the rest of our business. So the next one is, no unfinished business. There always is, but there's none down here, so. So tonight we have no unfinished business. On to new business. Consider approval of the final PSC contract for our public school employees or classified staff. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consider approval of our EEA contract. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded. Discussion?
So I guess my only discussion is more of just a question. We have been not able to disclose publicly all of the details. Once this is voted on, this is a public document. Is that correct?
I think it's already posted.
Actually, yes, if you're wanting to see the copy, they're posted to the agenda on the district website.
But
So
this
it
is a
is
public document right now. Okay.
Yes, sir,
Just wanted to verify.
absolutely.
Under new business A.
Damn, you didn't see one.
All right. There's no further discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. On to school safety and security. New policy 4311. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the policy on school safety and security. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the revised 22-23 school calendar. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the revised calendar. Discussion?
I guess my discussion is it's the last day of school now, just so you can articulate out loud.
June 23rd.
We're June 23rd now.
Mhm.
Okay. And did we have to change anything on our holidays or? Yes, I'm sorry, I'm asking the question out loud, so it's on the record.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
You changed, November 23rd. You're asking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
asking for it to be
Thank you.
answered out loud.
No, November 23rd is now going to be a half-day school day, and December 19th will be a half-day school day. Was part of our winter break.
Good.
And then, October 14th was a staff PD day. That's now a student school day. And then we have 4 school days, June 20th through the 23rd, with the last 2 being half days.
Thank you.
Does that affect graduation?
We did shift graduation back from the 10th to the 17th.
And noting that Juneteenth is a new state holiday that we don't normally address because we're out of school by then, but we will be honoring Juneteenth on the 19th of June. But just on another day.
All right. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the calendar, revised calendar, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, approval of an overnight camping trip. Somebody would like to. Do we have anybody speaking to that?
Unfortunately, we do not. I asked Allison or Mr. Heeman if they could be available to give us any additional information, and neither was available to attend.
Can I give some information on historical information?
Sure, that'd be
So,
great.
This is a new camp. I don't believe that we've used before, but we did receive a grant that was applied for by Mr. Heeman for outdoor learning. And so this will be fully funded via a grant. And it does give our 5th and 6th graders at Columbia Crest the opportunity to participate in outdoor learning. And it has been a very vital and valuable educational opportunity. And it is an educational opportunity. It's not just a fun camp. They teach leadership, science, all kinds of different things. So I want to express my gratitude to Mr. Heeman for his extra effort in really seeking funds and ways to provide for these students when we don't have the funds to do it on our own. Thank you. Appreciate
I
that.
guess I would say as well that, yes, it's mostly an educational and leadership outdoor camp, and it's at zero cost to the district for students. So
Okay. Do you have a motion to approve?
I motion.
Moved and seconded to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the boys basketball team. I think, DJ, you were going to speak to that?
I can absolutely.
All right.
Just bring your
Thank you
notes.
for being available to
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to speak about this. Yeah, we're really excited about our opportunity. We were invited to play in the Clark Cochran Classic, December 27th and 31st. We had one spot come available. We're currently already accepted to play in a different tournament, but this is one that we've played in a couple times in the past decade or 15 years. And our program, as everyone in the community said, we've loved it. We have one of our assistant coaches played in it. He said one of the greatest basketball experiences he's been a part of. We like to make our program like a player. We really focus on player autonomy, a player-led program. So we have 3 captains vote on the captain council, and we like to make it anything we're going to do, we can vote to them. Our 3 captains, named Shea Brandon, Walker Bruin, Kyle Cox, their response to this was, yes, definitely do it. I'm down. And Kyle Cox says, that sounds lit. I'm not sure. I've never said that before, but that's Kyle. So I was all for it. Right now, some of the cool logistical features of this, they will give us a $2,000 stipend for our plane tickets there. So once we get approval for our plane tickets to Alaska, they would send us the stipend for it. They also have a 12-person passenger van that would help pick us up. We can stay in their classroom. That's us free lodging. One of the cool things is the classroom be attached to a teacher's lounge, which has a kitchen with it. So we can have parents helping meals, save on some of that. Right now, we're looking at, with the stipend, it would be about a $4,000 cost to our program, which we have the funds which we fundraise for the summer, including our Cruise Your Kids Camp, which is a 3-day camp for kids who are from 3rd grade to 8th grade. We had an alumni tournament over the summer to help raise some funds for it too. We had sponsor shirts, and we'll have some more fundraisers coming up to help replenish our account. We currently have enough. As I say, we have about 4,500 in our accounts. This will cost about 4,000. We'll have some more fundraisers going on during the season too to help supplement it as well. But yeah, we're really excited for the opportunity for it. Hope that you guys will.
Thank you for coming and presenting.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Given that information, consider a motion to approve.
so moved.
Second. Moved and seconded to approve the boys basketball travel out of state. Any further discussion?
I would like to go ahead.
No, I'm saying no.
I just wanted to recognize the extreme effort that the boys put into fundraising for these type of things, and especially with the new laws, given that it has to be completely fundraised and that people can't put their own personal money into this. I think it shows a great team effort, and we have had the opportunity to see our kids play in Alaska a couple of times, and it's just been a phenomenal experience. So I'm super excited and really impressed with the hard work that the young men have done to accomplish this goal. So thank you for leading.
Now I just add that both of my daughters attended the basketball camp this summer. Absolutely blast. Long as we continue to have it, so thank you as well. It's a great addition to the community.
No further discussion. We'll consider a motion to approve.
Already on the floor.
Oh, that's right, we are. I got a lot of motion. All right. If there's no further discussion, then we will vote. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And then we have, consider approval of interstate travel for staff professional development for a national conference. Speak to that. So she wasn't.
Oh, there you are. Thank you.
Do we have someone who can speak to that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not all day in front of kids, in front of adults. It's for the National Conference of the American Council of Teachers of Foreign Language. It's held in different cities around the United States every year. This year happens to be in Boston. The conference itself is $365. Airfare's on me, of course. The hotel, these things are, I think you have an attached, Shannon put together a package for you. I pulled and printed up the different sessions. There's 988 in here if you want to see what they are. Some of them are virtual, which they be open until January, sometime in January. So we have access to them until January, the virtual ones. Some of them are in person. Some of them will apply to me. Some of them won't. They're in Chinese, and I don't speak, read, or write Chinese. I'd like to, but I don't. If you wish to see what the sessions are, I'm more than happy to share. I just started looking at what they could be that I would go to, and there are like 4 or 5 at the same time that I want to go to. I've learned how to split myself into 4 or 5 people here. So I'm hoping they'll become available virtually afterwards, just because it gives me an opportunity to see how other people are teaching, what they're teaching at different levels, and to connect with other people who do what I do. I'm the only one here that does what I do. So bouncing ideas off of people kind of hard sometimes because there's no other language teachers in the building. I'm talking to myself. I think I'm crazy. It's okay. I am. It's fine. And I do voices in the classroom. You know, it's okay. If your kids have ever had it, they know. Ask them. They'll tell you. Want to see crazy things that kids will do when they're having fun and speaking Spanish? It's like a kindergarten classroom, and they, you know. And the football players are crazy. I don't know what he does to get them to do teamwork, but those kids will. And they get other kids, they pull other kids in and make them participate. So just a plug for football coach. They were dancing the other day because they brought in a song and asked me if they could dance to it. It was in Spanish. So these are things that I learned at other conferences that other people are doing. And games that we play to get them to speak. Because that's the purpose, right? We want them to be able to speak the language rather than just sitting at a chair. Because nobody comes up and asks you. Because if they do, you're like, what's that even? Unless you've taken a language class, then you know. But all these things that we get to see other people do and learn how to do them while we're watching, not just reading about them, it makes a difference.
Thank you.
If you want to come see how it's done,
Will do.
just know that you're not going to have to.
All right, thank you for presenting and giving us more information on this staff development for this particular area of our education is extremely important. Want to support that. Consider approval of that for state travel for staff professional development. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
I want just like to add that thank you for coming to Eatonville to teach Spanish. We really appreciate you. It is hard to find foreign language teachers, and it is hard to be the only one in the building and to not have others. So I'm grateful that you sought out this opportunity to grow and to bring that back to our kids.
And I grew up in a small town, so you're very much like Eatonville. And I was teaching at Tacoma and then came here and I
Welcome home.
All right. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. On to consider approval of a quote for teacher devices. And Tyler, are you on?
Yes, ma'am.
So you could speak to that for us, please?
Yeah. So with the increase in student enrollment, we've had to hire 14 new certified positions. And so we've gone through our storage. And so this is just to kind of help us restock in case devices break, as well as the docking stations for new classrooms to help, get those teachers the tools they need.
Okay, and these are for Chromebooks and docking stations.
Correct. Yes.
Any questions for Tyler?
Just need to have a motion first before we can ask questions. We just ask questions.
If you have questions of Tyler, you can ask those.
All right, so I guess my first question is, we have one bid, the CDW-G, that is substantially higher than the other two. But I'm also seeing that for the docking stations, we have 20 additional docking stations. I just want to make sure this is like a correct bid, or is it artificially high because we've doubled the number of docking stations compared to?
We should have 20 docking stations and 15 Chromebooks. I might have mistyped it, and I apologize if that is the case. I can get you the.
CDW-G is actually about $5,600 high, which actually makes that one the low bid.
Okay, sorry, I'm pulling them up right now.
2689. That should have been 21.
Oh yeah, no, I apologize for that. I am seeing that. I must have mistyped there. And like I said, I will get a new bid out, or create a new quote for you guys.
Yeah,
And
so if the numbers remain true, it would look like that one is actually over $600, the lowest bid. So my next question for you, are these all the equivalent devices, the same device?
Correct. Yes.
So if we can get, what's our timeline on this?
The sooner the better. We have, I believe, 4 or 3 positions open right now that we're interviewing for. And we currently only have 1 Chromebook in stock. So the sooner the better.
So I don't have any objections, but currently the bid that I'd want to go to, we have a misprint on the bid. So if we can get that fixed, we have a special session later this week to talk about this. Is that allowed?
I guess the next question is it required to get a whole new bid, or is it something we can approve?
If the numbers stay the same. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at.
So I would like to request a new bid from the vendor because we need those to issue our purchase orders. And I need to make sure that all the taxes line up and that's calculated correctly to determine which one is the lowest. I apologize, I have not had a chance to review those. So I would like to look over those. And if you would like a special session to go over those again, we can certainly do that.
I think the biggest issue would be timing. If you need us to approve it so you can get it ordered, then we will make ourselves available.
Yeah.
And I apologize as well. I looked at these like 3 times and just now caught it
Yeah, I missed
on
it.
accident. So
Yeah, I totally missed it. So, okay.
if we, like I can be available anytime in any evening all week. So
Yeah, we can make it available for a special session. We just have to give, 24 hours notice so we can, so as soon as we get those numbers, we'll do that. Is that okay?
Yep. I'm working on that new quote right now.
All right. Great. All right, we're gonna table that and do that in a special session, so to get the order and to get the correct number. All right. So we'll move on. Superintendent comments, he sent those in an email. His voice is not cooperating with him tonight, so did anybody receive those? He said he sent them.
that's all.
did you? You said you sent them, I guess, in an email. Okay.
All right, so superintendent comments for Gary. Eatonville High School has enrolled 55 new students this fall and have withdrawn 38. All but 3 of their withdrawals have accounted for, and we have confirmation of a transfer to another school. We will continue to follow up with the 3 and ensure that they have been enrolled somewhere. We have 31 students attending PCSC this year and 49 students participating in the Running Start. We've had a very positive start to the school year. During our August building days, we focused on staff work on rebuilding a positive school culture. That positive work has carried over into the first week of school. It has been a great start for both the staff and the students. Next week is homecoming, October 3rd and October 7th. We will have spirit days and lunchtime activities all week. On Friday, we will have an all-school lunch full of fun activities. The Serpentine Parade at 1:15, and our homecoming is simply to follow. The Cruisers will take on the Montesano Bulldogs at 7 p.m. With homecoming festivities at halftime. Eatonville Middle School, we're excited that school is off to a great start. Students are participating in vigorous, re-energized academic and extracurricular activities. We are boosting our enrollment in the Eatonville Online Academy, and we are still increasing our school enrollment on a daily basis. We have been teaching school-wide expectations and protocols during warrior time, and teachers have been involving students in both academics and collective learning of classroom routines. Admin and teachers are currently engaged in the redefining of tiered supports at Eatonville Middle School. We have concluded meetings of both the building leadership team and the T2 team. Eatonville Elementary School, we have had a good start to the year. We have been working on starting students off with a positive mindset with our morning meeting in the gym. Teachers have also been working hard to get students into their core academics in order to determine what areas students may need support due to learning gaps caused from the inconsistencies over the last few years. It has been great seeing students interacting together and socializing again. It has been a positive start to the school year overall. We would like to thank families for their patience as we have been working on getting our parent pickup process solidified. We are working to speed up the process while also ensuring safety. Weyerhaeuser Elementary, great start, happy teachers, happy students and families. As part of our social emotional instruction, teachers are implementing a class meeting each day. This helps build communities while students get to know their teachers and classmates, and helps teachers get to know their students. Enrollment is up at Weyerhaeuser. The Weyerhaeuser greenhouse and garden beds have been attended to and are ready for student use. Wildcat Woods is cleaned up with a new bridge and new trails. Special thanks to Eatonville Day of Service Coordinator Sarah Wendell for adding these projects to the agenda and helping us get volunteers. Columbia Crest, the first day of school was a success. Many stated it was their best first day of school they've ever had, staff and students alike. We hosted our welcome back assembly, and all staff members introduced themselves to the students. They were tasked with bringing an item that represents them. There were unique items ranging from a guitar to a live hedgehog. On Friday, our PTO scheduled a BMX assembly. Athletes brought their bikes and did a variety of stunts while encouraging students to live a drug-free life. We're in the middle of running an Apex Leadership fundraiser to raise funds for four new playground equipment. The fundraiser also teaches leadership skills to students. As of September 23rd, we have raised $2,280 and still have 8 more days to raise money. Students and staff have settled in and have spent time bonding with each other and have been practicing school-wide expectations. Lots of learning is already happening, and students are making goals to reach their first quarter. One of our buses was canceled due to the driver shortage last week, and all of the parents were very understanding, and the dismissal was smooth thanks to our students and parents following the protocol. Kudos to the families and students. That's superintendent.
Thank you for doing superintendent comments. I think Gary appreciates that, means his voice would not cooperate with him. Unable to do that. All right, board comments.
I'll go.
Okay,
Number one, I want to thank the community. This last month has definitely been a roller coaster, ups and downs, depending on whatever side you're on. Now that we've got the contracts and everything, I just hope that we can take that same vigor and use it towards helping our children, because that's why we're all here. So once again, thank you for community members, for your support and for your love and for your kids, because that's why we're here. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I will echo all of that sentiment and say that, you know, there was potentially some mentions that the focus was not on the students, and that's never been the truth. We have always, as a board, been strongly focused on the students and the education of our kids, and that is the focus. That's why we are here. We're also charged with maintaining taxpayer funds and being responsible to the people that elected us and to our community at large, as far as being fiscally responsible with the funds that we're charged with managing. So it's a balance, but unfortunately, things got heated over the last month, and we just want to be able to focus back into the kids now and make sure that we provide the absolute best education we can for the children of Eatonville, and make sure that we set them up for success in the future.
and I echo what both of them said, and really appreciate the support that we have had and have in our community, and our staff support for the work that they're doing for children. They work hard. They work so much for children. And I don't mean just teachers, I mean all staff. I know our district office staff works very, very hard to make sure students get what they need, whether it be through the finances or through the programs, teaching and learning, whether it be the cooks, the bus drivers, whoever it is, they all are all here for children. You know, and it isn't when you're involved in a school setting, it's not a job. It's a calling. It's these people were all called to do it, and they do it well. We do want to give them the support that they need to be able to accomplish what they need for students. We're all here. I appreciate those of you who come forward with comments and suggestions and ideas. I also appreciate those of you who come when we have things on the agenda that we need further clarification on, like, you know, Tim, and, you know, can't remember your name, I apologize, Spanish. But anyway, I really appreciate that, because it gives us a better way to approve these things if we better understand them, you know, and the details of them. And then just to let you know, we have a security officer on staff now, and I have met him, and I noticed he has instant interaction with the students, and it's a real positive thing. It really is, and it's going to be a help for all of us to keep all of our students safe. Okay, appreciate him, and looking forward to seeing, you know, how things go with him, because I know that they'll go for it. So, if there are no other comments,
Ashley, did you want to add anything?
voice won't let
She's
her
not
add
feeling
anything.
well.
Ashley's another one who's
Thank
been-
you for being
who's
present.
under the weather.
I would like to add just a couple of things. I don't know if anybody else was able to participate in the 9/11 Day of Service, but it was an absolute phenomenal ceremony. Chief Todd Warnett shared his experience as a first responder at 9/11. And it was such a great opportunity to really see what our community is in its best united form, serving one another. And I was so grateful for everyone who showed up. I was grateful that our school district supports that, and we were able to have that. A bagpipe came and played, and it was all around the flagpole at high school. And it was just really wonderful, wonderful reminder of the great things that can happen when we all so grateful for that opportunity. We also had yesterday, Pierce County Council came to our community. Our council member Amy Kruger hosted the council meeting here, and Executive Dan Meyer also came and had wonderful things to share about our students and the great work that we have going on here in the community. And we hope to recognize additionally some of the great work that was represented there. We're going to save that as a special presentation at one of our next board meetings. And I'm just so grateful that the parents and the students and the staff have been so resilient and are really ready to move forward and have a great year. It's really exciting. And it makes me feel like this is the important work that we're here to do. It gives great purpose. So thank you. Thank you all parents for your flexibility and for your passion and compassion.
And for those of you who think that for those people who might think that we get paid for what we do, this is what we do. This is our pay. The rewards that we get for doing what we do for students. And I must say, I have been at meetings where chocolate and gummy bears work too. So they help too. So thank you all. We're going to close this meeting, and we'll be having an executive session for personnel, and there'll be no action taken up. Thank you all for coming, and for all of you online, and thank you, Gary and Ashley, for participating as best you could. So.
Tyler, before you check out, is there a reason that the internet is blocking my school email account?
You're not the only one.
Okay, it's not just me.
Yes,
I
Corey,
figured it was.
you're
I
always
was
be able to get on there.
Okay, all right. So Tyler, we have a problem.
Yes.
We need you to be
All right, I'll see what I can do from here. What's the error that you guys are getting?
They're just talking, so the meeting's over. So
It says no connectivity.